So I've got some cherry Burl blank. It's about 2 inches thick, around about 8 inches diameter. Going to leave as much of this character on the side as possible, and yeah, see if I can make a very natural looking cherry Burl bowl. Starting off with the project held between centres, I do turn a tenon on the bottom of the bowl, very small, short one for the small chuck. That's to maximise the use of this material. And the material is extremely dry. You can see that there's not really any significant shavings coming off there. They're just chips that's flying off the half-inch bowl gouge. But it still was quite an easy and pleasurable turn. As you see, I'm being very careful in keeping as much of that outside rim character as possible. However, there are a few clips and chips that come flying off the edge of that rim, so you've got to be very careful with the bowl gouge. I'm taking out as much of the bark, as loose bark as possible, so that when the edge has been sealed with the poly finish, we're not going to have chunks falling out from the piece in its final stages. I've got the bowl turned around now, back on the truck, and doing on the inside. You'll see at the end here, I do speak of making sure this particular bowl has thick walls. It's no good with the cherry Burl to be any thinner than a half inch. Really, you've got any of that substantial material left behind to hold it all together. It will dry out a little more, and you don't want the bowl falling apart. Turning any type of burl, it can be fraught with all sorts of unknown issues, and you'll never know until you've actually got deep into the bowl just what you have left and how it's all holding together. And nature itself forms this type of timber as the grain has almost disappeared. It's just the burlish grain left, and it can look extremely attractive with the finished pieces. But you've got to be careful on how far you go in not only the wall thicknesses but the size and all the inclusions. Each has to be treated. You don't see it in this video, but I do use a fair bit of CO glue in some of these cracks and inclusions so it all holds together. Now it's getting close. You can see the form of the inside of the bowl taking shape. Not being in too much of a hurry of any finishing cuts at this stage, just getting most of the material chewed out, but being careful of course with that rim. This is the final finishing cut. Husband's bolt guard, freshly sharpened, and take one final sweep right across the interior surface of the bowl. It's not going to go down easily like this. Although you won't see this in the actual video, I do use the Deft Gloss polyurethane, and final, I think 6 coats was put on to make sure it all sealed tightly, and use the axe paste to finish up the surface. Sand out to 400 grit on this one. That's another fine project. It went really well. Let me show you the final piece. So you can see here, I've left the inclusions and the character of the cherry burl into the piece. So if we turn around on the edge here, there's yeah, if you can see that, it's a nice feature to have on the side of the bowl, all sealed up. I've used poly on the finish, which is not normally what I do in pieces. I like to have the plain oil, but this is important to have this all sealed up and to stop any sorts of inclusions drying and cracking. So you can see on the edge there, it's really fine. On the inside, there's a lot more inclusions, and of course on the reverse, I've got the badge, and I put a convex bottom on this, and it's turned out really well. It's about 9.5, 10 inches in diameter, just under 2 inches in thick, and the actual walls itself around 1/2 inch to 3/4 at this point here. Anyway, that's it. Enough chat from me. If you like my channel, please like, subscribe, and the reminder bell will give you the new videos that come out. I generally post about 1 per week, So if you're liking my channel, comments are most welcome. We'll love chatting to you guys. So if you've got any comments, whether positive or negative, it doesn't really matter. I like the feedback. So until next time, guys, cheers. By the way, all my pieces are for sale down below. Some links if you're interested.